Hello, welcome back. Today I have another ink review video for you. This one is called Steel Blue. It's by Diamine. And we're just going to give this a shake and try it out and see what it looks like. This is one of the colors that I saw online and I couldn't really determine how it was going to really look in real life. So I grabbed this one. It looked really pretty in the pictures, but depending on who was taking the photo and the lighting, it looked totally different. So it was really difficult for me to determine how it was supposed to look. So right now it looks like a very vibrant teal or green, green leaning blue, just slightly. Very, very pretty. All right, and I'm going to put the name on here real quick. Okay, and then what I'll do is I will set this card under a fan so it can dry, and then hopefully by the end of the video it'll be ready to go. So I'll be right, and I'm back. Okay, so I'm going to try this on some copy paper next. And I always do this because you never know if somebody is maybe in a situation where they've only have access to copy paper and they want to know how the ink is going to perform. Or maybe not even copy paper, just something really cheap and inexpensive. And you want to know if this is going to work for that situation or not before you buy the ink. So this is copy paper. Alright, so first of all, there is a little bit of feathering. It's not a whole lot, just barely. And we'll set that aside to dry, but this is a really pretty color so far. And I'd like to know if there is an actual difference between teal and turquoise color, or is it just whatever the person wants to call it, or the manufacturer labels it. Because I feel like when someone, like the company, whichever the ink company is, doesn't matter, all of them do it, but they'll say, oh, this is a turquoise blue or a teal blue. And I compare all the turquoise and teal blues and they all look like the same color, approximately. Yeah, if there is an actual definition of those two colors, as far as, you know, art and art supplies go, I'd kind of like to know, because it makes it difficult to explain to people. If I say teal or if I say turquoise, they might be thinking something completely different from what it really is. Okay, and this is HP32 paper, which is copy paper, but it has a nice coating on it. It's nice and smooth. The ink tends to float on top a little bit before it dries, and so you get to see some of the special effects of the ink. This is a really nice kind of in-between option if you don't want to use the copy paper, but you don't want to pay the money for the Tomo River paper or the nicer papers. This is a good in-between. And already that's just really super pretty, very rich color. Looks very, very nice. And then this is the Tomo River paper. This usually will show off most of the ink properties. So if you want to use Tomo River paper, you typically will see more of what your ink can do, a better performance from the ink. And that's also true if you've bought a bottle of ink before and you thought it was going to look one way and then it just looked really flat and boring. Try getting Tomo River paper or another really nice paper like this and try that ink again. And you might find that the issue was just the paper. Alright, so I'll draw some lines here. But anyways, yeah, so this is a very, very rich color. Very, I'm just going to say teal because that's what I'm thinking. It's blue, but it has green tones to it, and it's just very, very pretty. It's almost like a tropical color, but not quite. But this is not what I was thinking when it said steel blue, so this is why I bought the bottle, was because the description plus also the swatches and things, nothing was really making sense. So this is a very pretty color. I like the teals and turquoise colors typically. So we're going to give this a minute to finish drying, but already I'm seeing a lot of colors coming out on this. This is so pretty. So there is a little bit of shading. You can see the shading in the Tomo River paper pretty clearly. Not a whole lot on the copy paper. It's a nice color. It'll work fine for copy paper, I think. But then when you compare it to just the HP32, the difference in the color here, like how rich and deep that color is compared to the copy paper, it doesn't even look like the same ink. And there is some shading here that you can start to see on the HP32. And this is why I say the HP32 is a really good in-between paper, because, you know, it just looks so much better than the plain copy paper. You get to see some of the reasons why you buy this ink in the first place, basically, you know, for the properties, the richness of color, or the uniqueness in whatever makes that ink special. You can start to see some of that in the HP32, so it doesn't feel like you're getting cheated. And then the Tomo River paper, just like the HP32, that same rich color, very, very pretty, but it's almost more watery, and you can see very clearly the shading going on here. And it's like a dark blue, the shading. It's so pretty. And then, of course, you see the shading in the writing. So this ink, it looks the best on the Tomo River for sure. But the HP32 is a very close second, and I think it would be fine. It would be really fine on any of these papers, but it just depends on what you want to get out of the color. So let me go grab that swatch card, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And you can see right away, this is what I'm talking about. So you've got this like teal color, and then those green undertones I was talking about, very, very clear here. And then this beautiful halo shading around these ribbons here, and in the writing, lots of really pretty shading. So this is a beautiful color, and you wouldn't know by just looking at this bottle like that this was in there. So that's why I do all these tests, because, you know, you can't always tell by looking at pictures online. You can't always tell by the bottle. So I like this color. It has such a nice range of color. It starts out like here in these lighter areas where it's blue, and then it goes to this green, this blue-green, and there's just so much to it. So this is a really nice color. Highly recommend this one. If there are any other colors you'd like to see me review, leave a comment down below. If I have the ink or if I can get it, then we'll do a video of it. And if you would like to see more of these videos, click like and subscribe to see more. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.